Hi, hello everyone. So it's me, CA Sanjay. So welcome back to next particular topic of audit of items of FS. We are done with sales. We are done with purchases. Now we are moving on to the other topic, other incomes. See, basically other incomes എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി പോകുന്ന ഒന്ന് ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് ഇൻകം, ഒന്ന് ഡിവിഡൻഡ് ഇൻകം, പിന്നെ ഗെയിൻ ഓർ ലോസ് ഓൺ സെയിൽ ഓഫ് ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെന്റ്. ഈ മൂന്ന് ഐറ്റംസ് ആണ് നമ്മളിവിടെ അതർ ഇൻകം ആയിട്ട് പഠിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി പോകുന്നത്. ഫസ്റ്റ് ആണ് എന്താ പഠിക്കേണ്ടത്? എന്താ പഠിക്കേണ്ടത് അതിനകത്ത്? ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ്. ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് ഓൺ FD ഈസ് റെക്കഗ്നൈസ്ഡ് ഓൺ എ ടൈം പ്രൊപ്പോർഷൻ ബേസിസ്. നമുക്കറിയാം, അതൊക്കെ നമുക്കറിയാം. അതെങ്ങനെയാണ് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് അത് മാത്രം നമുക്ക് നോക്കാം. ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് ഫസ്റ്റ് പോയിന്റ്, obtain a list of fixed deposits open during the period, okay, with the applicable interest rate and number of days for which the deposit were outstanding. First you go to the management and ask the management, how many FDs do you have? Details of FD. എത്ര FDs ഉണ്ട്? FD യുടെ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസ്. FD യുടെ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് എത്ര? ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് റേറ്റ്. വാട്ട് ഇസ് ദ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് റേറ്റ്? എത്ര ഡേയ്സ്? നമ്പർ ഓഫ് ഡേയ്സ്. എത്ര ഡേയ്സ് ഈ FD ഓപ്പൺ ആക്കിയിട്ട്? ഓക്കെ ആണോ? ഫസ്റ്റ് വാട്ട് യു ഹാവ് ടു ഒബ്റ്റെയിൻ? യു ഹാവ് ടു ഒബ്റ്റെയിൻ എ ലിസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ദ FDs ഓപ്പൺ ഡ്യൂറിംഗ് ദ ഇയർ, ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് ആൻഡ് നമ്പർ ഓഫ് ഡേയ്സ്. ഹൗ മെനി FDs ഓപ്പൺ ഡ്യൂറിംഗ് ദി ഇയർ ഓർ ഓൾറെഡി ഔട്ട്സ്റ്റാൻഡിംഗ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള FDs എത്രയാണ്? ഇത് വാങ്ങാം. Then ഈ മൂന്ന് ഡീറ്റെയിൽസും കിട്ടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ can't you calculate the interest amount? If you know the interest rate of interest, can't you calculate the interest amount? Yes sir, we can calculate interest. Say for example, if എൻ്റെ FD 1 ലക്ഷം രൂപയുടെ FD, rate of interest is 10%, number of days ഇപ്പോൾ 300 ആണ്. അങ്ങനെ നമുക്ക് കമ്പ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് 1 lakh into 10% into 300 divided by 365. We will get what? ഒരു ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് എമൗണ്ട് കിട്ടും. ശരിയല്ലടാ? യെസ്. So verify the arithmetical accuracy of the interest calculation made by entity by recomputing. So auditor has to compute the interest and compare the interest computed by the auditor with the interest given in the books of accounts. Okay, no? So point number 1, obtain the list of FDs. FDs, interest, number of days they are outstanding. Obtain point number 2, auditor compute the interest rate and compare the interest computed with the interest given in the books of accounts. See the arithmetical accuracy of the interest calculation. Okay, no? Yes. Then for deposits which are outstanding, trace the same to direct confirmation obtained from the respective bank. Obtain the confirmation from the bank relating to the deposits outstanding. Obtain confirmation of interest income from the bank and verify that the interest income as per the bank reconciles to the calculation shared by the entity. Ask the bank, how much interest have you given for this particular FD? They will give the interest. So see whether the interest given by the bank and the interest given in the books of account, are they consistent? Are they matching or not? Obtain the confirmation of interest income from the bank. Obtain confirmation from the bank. I want the details of the FDs as well as the interest paid on these FDs. So they will give you the interest details paid on each FDs. So and compare the interest details given by the bank with the interest which is given in the books of account. Okay. Finally, obtain copy of Form 26AS. Have you heard this Form 26AS anywhere in TDS, DT, direct tax? 26AS and AS26 നമ്മൾ വ്യത്യാസമുണ്ട്. AS26, if I'm not wrong, intangible asset, I'm not sure. Okay, intangible asset ആണ് തോന്നുന്നു. Yes, this is 26AS. 26AS means, see, whenever you are getting some income, the person who is paying the amount will deduct the tax and then only he will make the payment. Say for example, right now I'm taking classes at few institutes. These institutes, while they are making the payment to me, they will deduct the tax and then only they will make the payment. And they will pay this tax which has been deducted from my income. They will pay to the government on behalf of me. See, tax deducted at source, TDS. Say for example, right now, this is Sanjay, this is institutes. Say institutes. Okay, so I'm providing a service to this institute. What service am I providing? I'm going there and I'm taking the classes, for which I am, say for example, I'm charging 1 lakh rupees. Okay, so when they are making this payment of 1 lakh, they will deduct TDS 194 10%. Okay, so let it be 10%. So they will deduct 10%, that is 10,000, and they will make only the payment of 90,000, and this 10,000 will be paid to income tax department on behalf of Sanjay, income tax department. So this Form 26AS will give all details of income on which TDS has been deducted. In this, there will be the name of this institute. They will say 1 lakh rupees class, 1 lakh rupees has been provided, 10,000 has been deducted as TDS, 90,000 is the amount paid. All the details will be there in the 26 years. Okay. So whenever the bank is making the payment of interest to the companies, the bank will deduct TDS. If the interest exceeds a particular limit, the bank will deduct the TDS and then only they will make the payment of interest to the company, to the client, to the customer. Okay. Say for example, if I am putting 1 crore rupees as FD, okay, 1 crore rupees, 10% is the rate of interest. So 1 year I will get 10 lakh rupees as what? Interest. I will get 10 lakh rupees as interest. When this interest of 10 lakh being paid by the bank will deduct what? TDS. Then only they will pay the remaining amount to the customer. Okay, fine. So as an auditor, I can obtain copy of 26 years so that I will be able to know how much interest has been paid by the bank to the customer. How much interest has been paid by the bank to the customer. So this is all about interest. So in interest area is very easy to check. So first one, obtain the list. See, we can read it from the short notes. Okay, that is interest. Just a second. Other incomes. Where is my interest? Other incomes. See, obtain list of fixed deposits along with applicable interest rate. Then auditor has to verify the arithmetical accuracy. How auditor will compute the interest, compare the computed interest, derived interest with the interest given in the books of account. Then what? Obtain confirmation, direct confirmation from the bank relating to the interest paid. Obtain confirmation on interest income and obtain copy of form 26AS. Okay, order. Fine, ano? Yes. Next point comes dividend. After interest, next point comes dividend. Okay, so dividend can be recognized in the books of accounts, or dividend can be recognized only when the entity's right to receive the payment of dividend is established. എപ്പോഴാണ് ഒരു എൻറ്റിറ്റിയുടെ റൈറ്റ് ടു റിസീവ് ദ ഡിവിഡൻഡ് ഇസ് എസ്റ്റാബ്ലിഷ്? വെൻ ദ ഡിവിഡൻഡ് ഇസ് ഡിക്ലയർഡ് ബൈ ദ കമ്പനി, വെൻ ദ റെസൊല്യൂഷൻ ഇസ് പാസ്ഡ്, വെൻ ദ ഡിവിഡൻഡ് ഇസ് ഡിക്ലയർഡ്, ദ എൻറ്റിറ്റീസ് റൈറ്റ് ടു റിസീവ് ദ ഡിവിഡൻഡ് ഇസ് എസ്റ്റാബ്ലിഷ്ഡ്. Okay, when the dividend is declared, okay, the entity gets the right to receive the dividend. Okay, then amount of dividend can be measured reliably. If I can measure the amount of dividend reliably, then I can recognize the amount of dividend in the books of account. Okay, fine, yes. It is probable that economic benefits associated with the dividend flows to the entity. That means interest, I mean dividend declare ചെയ്തു, അപ്പോഴേക്കും ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ ഷെയർസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെന്റ് ഞാൻ സെൽ ചെയ്താലോ? So I have to see whether the investment has been sold come dividend or ex dividend. I hope you are comfortable with these topics like come dividend, ex dividend. Come dividend ആണെങ്കിൽ dividend will be received to the company itself. If I am selling a investment come dividend, that means dividend will be received by. If I am selling the investment ex dividend, then I won't get the right to receive the dividend. So I have to see how am I purchasing the dividend, come dividend or ex dividend. Okay, so I hope these concepts are very clear to you. So these are the three things you have to understand. First one, whether the right to receive the payment of dividend is established. When will the company will have the right to receive the dividend? Only when the dividend is declared by the company. When resolution is passed, dividend is declared, the entity will have the right. Point number one. If the amount of dividend can be measured reliably, if you can measure the amount of dividend reliably, if you can measure the amount of dividend, how much dividend am I supposed to get? If you can measure it reliably, you can record it in the books of account. And third one, if the economic benefits associated with the dividend flows to the entity, that means if we have the right to receive the dividend, the entity is having the economic benefit, the benefits of the investment is flowing to the entity itself. That means we have not sold the investment. If you have purchased the investment come dividend, then the right to receive the dividend belongs to the entity itself. Okay, yes. So in dividend, what are the things you have to see? Only few things. Verify that the same are recognized in the P&L account only when the entity's right to receive the payment of dividend is established. Auditor has to ensure that if a dividend income as shown in the books of account, P&L account, auditor has to ensure that dividend is recorded only when the right to receive the dividend is established. When will the right to receive the dividend is established? Only when the dividend is declared. Once the dividend is declared, then only we can recognize the dividend, and plus the dividend amount should be measured reliably. The dividend amount should be able to measured reliably. If these two conditions are satisfied, then you can record the dividend income. Okay, yes. Then the third one comes gain or loss on the sale of investment in mutual fund. Say for example, the company I have audited, I am auditing, has invested in mutual fund. Say for example, 1 lakh units they have invested. Okay, per unit 100 rupees. Okay, okay. So they have invested this on 29/5/2023. Let it be 2023. Okay. Now 31/3/2024. Now this 1 lakh units are there, but the current value of this 1 lakh unit is per unit 150 rupees. So each unit there is a gain of 50 rupees. Can we recognize this gain in the books of accounts? No, no. Say let it be 85 rupees, means loss of 15 rupees per unit. Loss of 15 rupees per unit. Here gain of 50 rupees per unit. Here loss of 15 rupees per unit. Okay. Can I recognize the gain or loss in the P&L account? Answer is no. You can recognize the gain or loss only on transfer of title from the entity. Only when you are selling this mutual fund, you can recognize the profit or loss. Not ഇപ്പൊ 31st മാർച്ചിൽ ഇപ്പൊ എനിക്ക് 150 റുപ്യ ഉണ്ട്, അപ്പൊ എനിക്ക് 50 രൂപ ലാഭം ഉണ്ട് അല്ലെ. പക്ഷെ പെർ യൂണിറ്റ് എനിക്ക് 50 രൂപ ലാഭം ഉണ്ട് അല്ലെ. 1 ലക്ഷം യൂണിറ്റ് 50 into 1 ലക്ഷം 50 ലക്ഷം റുപ്യ എനിക്ക് ലാഭമുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ എനിക്കത് റെക്കഗ്നൈസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമോ? പറ്റില്ല. 15 റുപ്യ നഷ്ടമുണ്ട്, എനിക്ക് റെക്കഗ്നൈസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമോ? പറ്റില്ല. യു ക്യാൻ റെക്കഗ്നൈസ് ഓൺലി വെൻ ദർസ് എ ട്രാൻസ്ഫർ ഓഫ് ടൈറ്റിൽ ഫ്രം ദ എൻറ്റിറ്റി. ഓൺലി വെൻ യു ആർ സെല്ലിംഗ് ദ മ്യൂച്വൽ ഫണ്ട് യു ക്യാൻ റെക്കഗ്നൈസ് ദ സെയിൽ ഓർ ലോസ് ഓർ ഗെയിൻ. Okay, and it is determined as the difference between the redemption price and the carrying value of the investment. Redemption price and the carrying value of investment. Say for example, the carrying value of investment is 150 rupees and I have redeemed the investment at rupees 130, so it is a loss. Okay, so the difference between the redemption price and the carrying value of the investment. Okay, yes. So this is all about our dividend. Then you have to see proper schedule 3. Schedule 3 again disclose other income, interest income, dividend income, net gain or loss on sale of investment, other non-operating income. That's it. Okay, fine. So this is all about your other income. Other income is a very simple topic. In other income, we are only talking about 3 types of income. One is interest, another is dividend, and third one is gain or loss on sale of investment in mutual fund. Interest, first one, obtain list of FDs, then interest rate, then FDs interest rate, number of days they are outstanding. First point. Second one, check arithmetical accuracy. Then third one, obtain confirmation. Then also review 26As, form 26As. Done. Okay, for dividend, you can record the dividend only when the entity holds the right to receive the dividend, plus the amount can be measured reliably. Okay, gain on sale, what actually is said in this gain or sale on loss of investment? You can recognize the gain or loss on the sale of investment only on transfer of title, only on transfer of title of mutual fund. Okay, the difference between the redemption price and current carrying value. Okay, fine. These are the 3 topics that we have learned in other income. This is all about other income. There is nothing else which is mentioned in other income. It's a simple topic. Just go through the topic. If you are having any doubt, you know what you're supposed to do. So signing off, CA Sanjay Prabhu. Thank you.